face to face with that powerful EF4 tornado that barreled through Garland, Texas. The nearly 200-mile-per-hour winds lifted Mr. Gary Tucker's truck into the air with he and his girlfriend inside. He joins us now to tell us his amazing story of survival. First of all, Mr. Gary Tucker, how the heck are you today?
I'm great, thank you.
And how's your girlfriend doing? I'm sure that was a fright that she'd rather not relive.
Yeah, we came out really lucky, really good.
All right, so let's tell the tale. You and your girlfriend were at a bass fishing shop. You saw that it was raining. You headed back outside, and then things took a turn. When did you know trouble was upon you?
Well, we got in the truck and we were headed down the service road, and basically the apartments behind us were spinning around at a couple of 100 miles an hour. And I looked up and I put the truck into park, and we could hear again all of this debris spinning around, hitting the truck. It was just boom, 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 and the truck was shaking. And you know, we knew at that point that all we could do was get down, and I just kept hollering, get down, stay down, stay down. And the debris, you know, shaking the truck back and forth. And it was at that point, literally, I could feel the truck lifting up out of the air, and you know, I thought, I'm gone, I'm dead, and you know, I don't really remember anything, and that's kind of the good news. I think if I could say anything, it's at that point, I don't remember anything. We literally lifted up off the ground, the truck rolled, and you know, God saved us. My Toyota Tundra saved us at that point, and we just rolled and went over into the median, and we came up on the side, on the driver's side of the truck.
We're looking at the pictures of your truck. My goodness, it's over on its side. It looks like it went through a storm. Have you had a chance to look at it now? And what does that do to your tummy? It must make it turn flip-flops.
It's pretty amazing. I actually went to the wrecking yard where the truck was, and there were other cars there, and again, it's you know, that thing is a tank. It really stood out among the other broken metal, literally, that was at the wrecking yard. And it was totally nauseating, because I know people weren't as lucky. Within just feet of us, there were people that weren't as lucky as we were.
What a sobering thought to see that you were spared and others weren't. How quickly was help able to get to you?
So again, I don't know, because when the truck started lifting up, we totally blacked out. And we came up and we looked at each other and realized that we were both okay. And we had our seatbelts on, and she undid her seatbelt and climbed out the top, and someone was standing there talking to us. I suspect it probably wasn't long. And we climbed out of the vehicle, and when we came out, there were literally cars that had flown off of the highway and were within feet of us. There was debris everywhere. Literally, a riding lawnmower was just over there. There were parts of the guardrail, 10-foot sections of guardrail that were stabbed just, you know, 5-6 feet into the ground. And when I went to the wrecking yard, there was a piece of 2x4, you know, look, something like that, just a big arrow laying in the back seat of the car.
I want to talk to you about the warning system, because I know you folks in Texas get a whole lot of them with the extreme weather that you get on the regular there. I understand that the first warning that you heard was when you were in the store, in the fishing shop. You probably had about 2 to 3 minutes warning. You were saying to us in our pre-interview that you sort of feel that the warning system needs to change, that you guys get so many of them that you tend to sort of disregard them.
And I guess that's really my whole point of coming here this morning is that's exactly right. You know, I live in Wiley, Texas, which is probably 20, 30 miles up the road. And I hear, you know, I've lived there for 13 years, and I've probably heard the exact same warning. When I got into my truck, we walked out of Bass Pro Shops, and it was the proverbial tornado. It was, you know, it was just this eerie death feeling, and I literally could hear sirens in the air, but it's the same sirens that I've heard 50 or 60 times, and there's never been a tornado in this area. So, you know, follow your instincts, go back inside. And I think most of the serious accidents were people in their vehicles. And so, you know, I don't know the solution. I don't know if it's a dedicated radio station. I know in talking to people that on TV, we had a clear path of where it was.
Right.
And if I were able to get that clear path in my vehicle, because the announcement that I got was a radius of 5 to 6 cities, 50, 60 miles. Again, in an alert that I've heard a whole lot of times.
So, Gary, do you think you would do anything in hindsight? I mean, it's always 2020. Do you think you would have done something differently now?
I would have never got in the car. I drove right into this. I put us in that situation, and so I would have never got into the car. And if I would have got into the car, if I had a dedicated radio station or something that was painting that pattern, if the alert would have been, hey, you know, there's a tornado near Bass Pro Shops, or hey, there's at I-30 and 190, there's
something more specific.
Got in the car.
Well, Gary, we are so glad that you and your girlfriend are okay. I think you both need to take a couple days to hug each other and just sit still for a minute and take a breath. Thank you so much for joining us to share your terrifying account with us. We're really glad you're well.
Thank you.
Interesting that they all passed out and they didn't really see the
blessing, I think, in disguise, right?
Unbelievable. All right, now let's turn